Hi, my relatable listeners. It's your girl, Stella, coming to you once again to talk about it all. Hi, guys. How are you doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Now, there's a lot that has been happening in the Bravo universe, and to be honest with you all, I was a little late to the party when it came to watching the Vanderpump Rule finale. And I think I watched it a couple days after it had aired, and I just wasn't ready for it. I had to prepare myself mentally to actually watch that episode. And to be honest with you all, I have like a little admission to tell you guys. It took me close to 4 hours to actually watch that episode. I had to watch it, stop it. Sometimes I broke down and cried. Other times I felt myself to be nauseous. And like I had all of these weird feelings going on while I was watching it. It's funny how, you may not have any connection to these people, but they have a strong, like you're feeling it, right? You feel like you're almost their friend sometimes, right? So yeah, it was a rough one. I have to admit, it was very rough to watch that finale. And even in the opening scene between Tom and Ariana, I felt like I was almost with them, like sitting on their couch, just quiet. It felt very intimate to me. So, a few things. I'm not going to recap the whole show. I think at this point, a lot of people have covered Vanderpump Rule finale, and I don't necessarily feel like I have too much to add when it comes to that. Although you can go back in my previous episodes several weeks ago called Good People Can Do Bad Things Sometimes. So if you want to know my opinion when it comes to the whole scandal, you can go back to that episode. So one thing that I would like to say to Ariana is that sometimes the universe wants to take you somewhere else where another person cannot go. In this case, that person is Tom. And when Ariana said to Tom, which I thought was very poignant, when she said, I fell in love with you when you had nothing, when you were driving an older car, when you were in skinny jeans and combat boots, when you were living with someone still and just kind of like a starving artist, right? That's who I fell in love with back then. And then eventually, you felt yourself because you came up, you bought a bar, you had a restaurant, and then you made a little bit of money. And then out of the sudden, you forgot who you were, who you are at the core, and who was there for you, i.e. me, right? Those words, I'm glad they came out of Ariana's mouth and that she said this to him. Because sometimes people, they do come up and they forget where they came from, right? But the most touching thing, in my opinion, that she said to Tom was, I would have followed you anywhere. When she said that, I had to pause, and I think I broke down and cried. And I also felt very nauseous at that point. I was just like, this is so sad. It's sad that, no matter what, like people want to call people name, I don't think it's necessary. The guy knows he has done a really bad thing, and I'm not celebrating him at this point and saying that, it's all good and all should be forgotten. But, I'd rather not continue to kick a person when they're already down. I'm pretty sure that Tom knows that he's fucked up, right? But when she said this to him, that's when I started thinking, and I'm not about to get all preachy and, spiritual on you guys, but I truly believe that sometimes the universe is trying to take you somewhere else that somebody cannot go. In this case, that person is Tom. And by Ariana's own admission, she would have followed him anywhere. She would have forgave him for pretty much anything. And by Tom's own admission to Sheena, he later confessed to more affairs, right? And some of them that Ariana already knew about and decided to just kind of deal with it privately with him, as opposed to battling it out like publicly or in the public eye with everybody else, right? So obviously this woman has forgave him for a lot, and there's probably a lot more that we don't know about. But what I'm saying is sometimes the universe has to present you with a situation that is so brutal, so painful, so hurtful for you to move on. For you to say, oh, no. I would have followed you anywhere, but I still know my worth. I know I am beautiful. I know I am smart. I know I am capable, but that I can't take. Now I have to take myself out of that situation and move on, as painful as it might be. So maybe the silver lining in all of that was that Ariana is about to go to some places, like important places in her life, and Tom has to now just be in the rearview mirror, right? So just want to say, Ariana, it looks like you're doing great things. I'm sorry that this happened to you. I wish you healing, peace, to move on and to be happy.